All right, if you're a business leader, you know that the digital world just feels louder and more crowded every single day. So today, we're going to break down a really powerful and surprisingly low-cost marketing strategy. It's all about cutting through that noise to build a truly predictable pipeline of customers. Let's get into it. So, let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're pouring more and more money into your digital marketing efforts, but the results, the ROI, it feels like it's shrinking. If you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. So many companies are seeing their organic reach just plummet. And, well, the old playbook isn't cutting it anymore. But what if you could completely flip the script? Just look at the difference on this slide. On the left, you've got a typical, decent social media post. Maybe gets around 20 comments, pretty standard. But on the right, using the exact strategy we're about to unpack, a similar post gets over 2,000 comments. I mean, this isn't just a little bump. It's a completely different league of engagement. So what's the core problem we're really trying to solve here? Well, it all boils down to one thing, the battle for attention. In a world that is just flooded with content, simply getting your audience to notice you has become the single biggest challenge for almost every business out there. Think about it. Everyone is shouting to be heard. You've got your biggest competitors, you've got tiny startups, everyone's making noise. And this creates this virtual wall of sound that makes it almost impossible for your message, no matter how valuable it is, to break through. Your voice is just getting completely drowned out. So how in the world do you break through that noise? Well, the solution is a strategy that some people are calling a hack. But let's be clear, it's not about cheating the system. It's about being smart and working with the social media algorithms to get massive organic reach. And it works especially well on a platform like LinkedIn. The official name for it is a comment to get lead magnet. And at its core, it's just a simple, beautiful value exchange. Your company offers up a genuinely useful piece of content. Think a deep dive report, a new framework, a killer case study, and the only price your audience pays to get it is to leave a comment on your post. That's it. Now let's look at it from your customer's perspective, because this is why it's so brilliant. It's totally frictionless. They're scrolling, they see your post offering something valuable, they type a quick comment like send or interested, and bam, almost instantly that asset shows up in their inbox. It's easy, it's fast, and it feels like a great little reward. So, why does this work so incredibly well? This quote here just nails it. This whole process triggers everything that platforms like LinkedIn are designed to reward. It drives a ton of engagement, it keeps people on their platform longer, and it gets conversations started in the comments. The algorithm sees all that activity and it basically says, wow, this post is popular, and shows it to way, way more people. Okay, getting thousands of comments is fantastic. It really is. But as a business leader, you should be asking the next question. How does this actually impact the bottom line? How do we turn all of this attention into a real, tangible sales pipeline? And this is such a critical point to understand. Attention all by itself is not a business result. It's just an opportunity. Without a system in place to actually capture and convert that opportunity, it's nothing more than a vanity metric. What you really need is a machine that turns all that interest into actual meetings. And here's why that system is absolutely crucial. You see this number? Research shows that out of all the people who request your freebie, only about 5 to 10% will ever actually read it. Seriously. This creates this really short but incredibly important window of opportunity right after they've shown interest. That's when you have their maximum attention. So the solution is this really clever two-step system. First, you have the attention magnet. That's the document that gets you that huge audience. But then, right in that critical window after they get it, you immediately follow up with a conversion magnet. This is a higher value offer, something like a free audit or a custom strategy session, and its only job is to turn that initial interest into a booked appointment right on your sales team's calendar. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking right now. This sounds great, but creating high-value content sounds like a ton of work. How could our team possibly do this week after week? And that's a fair question. The answer lies in using modern tools, and more importantly, the assets you already have. Here's how that workflow looks. First, you use AI tools to take existing company knowledge, things like transcripts from webinars or internal strategy meetings, and you have it draft a valuable document. That gets you, say, 80% of the way there. Then your team comes in for that crucial human refinement to polish it and make sure the brand voice is right. And finally, you use simple automation software to handle the delivery, so it can go out to thousands of people instantly without anyone on your team lifting a finger. And this is the real game changer. I mean, think about this for a second. A process that used to take your team weeks, creating a major piece of content from absolute scratch, can now be done in just a couple of days, all because you're just intelligently repurposing the knowledge your company already owns. It makes a high-frequency strategy like this actually doable. So let's bring it all home. Let's talk about the ultimate payoff. When you combine this powerful attention strategy with that smart conversion system we talked about, what are the actual, tangible results for your business? Well, for starters, let's just look at audience growth. By consistently using this strategy, we're talking just once a week. Some folks have gained as many as 8,000 new, highly relevant followers in just 6 months. That's building a dedicated, interested audience at a pace that's pretty hard to beat.
But it's bigger than that. The benefits really stack up. 1. You establish your company as the go-to authority in your space. 2. You get massive visibility in your target market for free. 3. You create a predictable, scalable pipeline of qualified meetings for your sales team. And 4. You do it all in a way that is incredibly efficient and cost-effective.
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. The fuel for this entire engine, it isn't something you need to go out and invent. It's the knowledge that already exists inside your organization, right now. It's in your strategy decks, it's in your past webinars, it's in the heads of your top experts. So the real question isn't whether you can do this. It's what amazing, valuable expertise is currently locked away inside your company, just waiting to become your single most powerful marketing asset.